Good morning to all. Today, my presentation I am focused on the PSO attainment process. In yesterday, I talk about the program outcomes attainment process. With respect to PSO attainment process, the process whatever we did for the PO attainment, same process we will also use for the program specific attainment also. Here, what do you mean? Sometimes people have a confused that what do you mean PSO? The PSO is nothing but the program which you are running in your department. For example, your department is computer science department. In your department, you may be having two programs, like one is BTech computer science and one is BTech uh, information technology. So whenever you are running the programs, those programs you have to write the PSOs. Means if any student, if it pass out with respect to that particular programs, what are the characteristics he acquired? So based on that, we'll write the PSOs. Whatever the PSO you write, that has to be measurable at the end of the year. Now, today, here I'm taking the PSO attainment process here. In these sections, I'm taking some of the example. I will explaining them in details here. Uh, Here, I am mainly focused on the what are the procedure as well as what are the assessment tools that can be used in calculating the PSO attainment process. This is the outline of my presentations. I'm talking about the what are the frequently questions asked on the PSO attainment process. A frequently asked question on the program specific attainments. Here, there is a question. Shall I write my own program specific outcomes? That is a question. In a sense, he's asking with respect to his program, like a B computer science program, can you write the PSO for that? Answer for this question is yes. With respect to your programs, you can write the program specific outcomes. When you say that PSOs, program specific outcomes are not generic, whereas POs mean it's generic. Yeah. There is another questions. Do I need to measure the program specific outcome for my BE computer science programs? He's saying that in his department he has a BTech computer science program and he has written the program specific outcomes also. And he's asking at the end of the final year or end of the year, shall we have to measure the those program outcomes? Answer for this question is yes. There is another question. Should I measure the program specific outcomes on the scale of 3 or percentage? In the faculty is saying that as a program coordinator, is saying that now I want to measure the PSOs, whether we can measure the PSO on the scale of 3 or percentage. Answer for this question is that both can be acceptable. In the sense, you can measure the PSO on the scale of 3 can also be acceptable. You can also measure the PSO on the percentage also, correct? Since CO's PSO mapping you would have done on the scale of 3, so 3 is a preferable. And one more thing, PSOs course PSO mapping also is done on the scale of 3 also. There is another question. What are the assessment tools I can use in order to measure the PSO? Means the program coordinator is asking what are the assessment tools we can use in order to measure the program specific outcomes. Answer for this question is generally we will use two type of assessment tools. One is the direct assessment tools, another one is indirect assessment tools. When it comes to direct assessment tools, anything you measure students through the marks, then we can call as a direct assessment tools. Like for example, mid exam, CIE, like a what do you say that university exams. I mean anything you conduct exam and if you give the marks to the students, then we can call it the direct assessment tools. Another thing is that indirect assessment tools, anything you conduct the some sort of survey, if you take the feedback, then if you're measuring the PSO, then we can call as a indirect assessment tools. Like for example, program exit survey, ex student survey. What do you mean the program exit survey? The student those who are in final year, I mean a semester in engineering programs, they can give some sort of feedback on the PS4s. And those who are already passed out students from your programs, those students can also be given the feedback in order to measure the PS4. You can also use take the other feedback like a faculty feedback, parent feedback. That is also. There is another question. What are the weights I can use in order to measure the program specific outcomes? In previous one, what we talk about the assessment tools. Here is there are two assessment tools. One is the direct, another is indirect. Now he's asking how much of weight we can give for the direct attainment value assessment tools, how much of weight we can give for the indirect assessment tools. Answer for this question is generally MBA what it says that 80% of the weightage you have to give for the direct assessment tools like a CIE semester and exams. Then 20% of weightage you can give for the indirect assessment tools like a program exit survey as well as ex-student survey or parent survey, feedback survey, whatever the survey you want to use, you can use up to within the limit of 20% only. If at all if you want to give more weightage for the direct assessment tools, then yes, it is possible, but not for indirect assessment tools. Indirect assessment tools weightage cannot cross more than 20%. There is another question. Can I use only indirect assessment tools in order to measure the program specific outcomes? The meaning of this question is that the program coordinator or HOD, you want to use only indirect assessment tools. When I say that indirect assessment tool alone, in the sense you want to take only survey, through that you want to measure the PO. So answer for this question is that no, it cannot be accepted. Whenever you want to calculate the program specific outcomes, you must have to take the direct assessment tools. I mean CIE, internal marks, even university marks. I mean semester and exams marks. You have to take it. Then you should also take the indirect assessment tools. 80% is weightage for the direct assessment tools, 20% is weightage for the indirect assessment tools. Weightage you have to take it. Then there is another question: when I should measure the program specific outcome. For example, BTech computer science programs, probably you would have written the two program specific outcomes. Is asking when I should measure these program specific outcomes. Answer for this question is that generally all the program specific outcomes are measured at the end of the year. By the time you will get these CIA results as well as university result, I mean semester and exams results you will get. So it is advisable for all people to measure the PSOs at the end of the year. There is another question: what is the threshold value I can keep for a program specific outcomes? Let us assume that with respect to your programs, you have written the two program specific outcomes. So he asking what is the threshold value with respect to program specific 1 and program specific 2. So answer for this question is that generally the threshold value of the PSO is kept on the based on the previous year. In the sense, based on the previous year. And one more thing that in case if you are doing for first time, then what we have to do, that is a fundamental question. Then if you look at the curriculum, for example, you take your curriculum, how many number of courses it is mapped to the PSO1. You see here, out of 60, probably in your curriculum you may be having a 65 subject, let us assume that. So out of 65 subjects, how many number of subjects are mapped to PSO1? 20. So you take the what is the these subjects, how what is the PSO you are mapping strength, you can take it. You take the average value of the all the 20 students, then you take the average value, then that is called target level, you can keep it. So whenever you are setting the target level of the PSO, don't keep too low and don't keep your target level of the PSO too high, because of sometimes when you keep the PSO target level very high, if you are unable to reach the target level, then it's because of what you say, that gap will come here. So that should be avoided. So don't keep too much of high, don't keep too much of low also. So based on the previous results, as well as your quality of the students of your program, also you have to take in consideration also. Then there is another question: should I use extracurricular activities in order to measure the PSO? Means the faculty member or program coordinator is asking, in our departments or at the college level, we are conducting some of the programs like a NCC, NSS, and even Freshers Day, Yoga's Days, even Swachh Bharat. These are the events we are conducting. Shall I use this type of events in order to conduct, in order to measure the PSOs? Answer for this question is yes. You can use various activities, even department fest also can be used, in college fest also can be used in order to measure the PSOs. Whatever the events you are conducting, if you are not giving any marks to the students, then those activities will come some, either it may be the co-curricular or extracurricular activities that can be used in order to measure the PSO. But one thing here, these activities, co-curricular activities or extracurricular activities, if you're not giving any marks, then these activities will come indirect assessment tools. So indirect assessment tools, the weightage cannot cross more than 20%. It's now there is another question: what should I do in case if any particular PO, if it is not reached the target level with respect to our BTech computer science program? Since he's saying that one of the PSO, it's not reached the target level, then what have to do? Answer for this question is that generally we have to conduct some sort of events. The events are events maybe like a seminar, workshop, this may be the guest lecturer, or various events you can conduct in order to overcome the PSO which is not reach the target level. Then whatever the event you conduct here, you have to take some sort of feedback from the students, and then you make a proceeding for that. So whatever the events you are conducting here, that event has to be conducted for the next year. Probably this batch of the student is already passed out, so conducting event for that particular batch, it may not possible. There is another question: while calculating the PSO attainment value, should I use the CO value? And the faculty member is saying that now we have, every faculty member has calculated the CO and he has mapped to the certain PSOs. Now while calculating the PSO attainment value, shall we use the CO? Answer for this question is yes. As a faculty member, you see that what are the PSOs you have mapped with respect to your subject. Okay, you can take that. All the mapped COs with respect to PSOs, those COs has to be used in order to calculate the PSOs. It's mainly PSOs mainly focus on the program specific, so you just take care that one, then you can calculate it. Now there is another question: shall I change the PSO target level for the next year in case if the target level is means reached? Means he's saying that if one of the PSO it is reached the target level, for which he's asking, shall I change the target level for the next year? Means answer for this question is yes. Since your target level of the PSO is reached, for example, you have kept the target level is 2.2, let us assume that, so attainment is 2.3, in the sense it is reached the target level. So next year you can comfortably can increase the PSO target level is possible. So next question will arise: how much of target level I can increase? It is left to you or department as well as policy. Some people they will use 5%. Yes, some people they will use 10%. I've seen there are some people they will keep the target level for the 3 years same value. On fourth year they will take average of attainment value, then take the average of 4 years, 3 years attainment value. Based on that average value, they will keep the target level. So MB never say that you have to keep this much the target level. So you see that based on the your results, according to that you can keep it. Now, there is another question. Do I have to use the laboratory courses, private work courses, even internship courses while calculating the PSO attainment value? Means, as a program coordinator, he is asking, now I want to calculate the PSO attainment value. Shall I use the laboratory courses, private work courses, internship? Answer for this question is yes, as long as if it is that particular subject is it is involved in the curriculum as a subject like a theory subject, lab, seminar, project, internship. If it is part of the syllabus, then if the students are enrolled in these courses, then you are supposed to use those subjects. Then you have to calculate the PSO attainment value as simple as if it is part of the curriculum, if the students are enrolled, then you need to take it to measure the PSOs. Then there is another question. Shall I calculate the PSO attainment value through the batch wise or year wise? The program coordinator is asking, his objective is that he want to calculate the PSO attainment, either it's on the scale of 3 or it may be the percentage, but he's asking, shall I calculate the PSO attainment value on the, in the batch wise or year wise? So answer for this question is that you take any maximum institutions, generally they will do the PSO attainment value in the batch wise. Of course, you can also do the PSO attainment value through year wise also. I will in my previous in next slides. Okay, I will take some of example both batch wise as well as year wise. I will do try to give as much as information on this. If you look at here, the PSO attainments, you can do the batch wise like a 2013 admitted batch. So generally, when any guy if admitted 2013, then he will pass out 2017. In the sense, in the year 2017, at the end of the year, because of this batch is passed out 2017, so you are supposed to measure the PSO attainment. That is called batch wise. So 2014 admitted students, then he will pass out 2018. So in the year of 2018 March, probably he may pass out. So at the time you are supposed to measure the PSO. In 2015 batch, you will pass out in 2019 only. So in 2019 you are supposed to measure the PSO attainment. Yeah, I already told that you can also measure the PSO attainment in the year wise also, but there are certain issues if you do the PSO attainment year wise. One of the thing is that in a particular year you can find multiple set of the regulation, or sometimes you can say that scheme. Yes, it is possible. Even different set of the student regulation students also may possible. And since it is a mixture, we can say that one like a first year student, second year student, third year students. They may belong to different batch, and even regulations what you use for the calculating of PSO, it is different. That may possible here. But your objective is that to calculate the PSO attainment. That is your objective. In that case, whether you do the batch wise or year wise, it doesn't make any sense. Now, in this context, I will do a small example. When we went for the MBA accreditation in the year of 2013, some of the our programs they did for the PSO attainment or PO attainments. Some department they did for the batch wise. Some people they did for the year wise. The reason is that when you go for the batch wise, you need to take three batches students. Generally, MBA will expect the three batch students. 3 years they say that one. The 3 years whether it batch wise or year wise they didn't say. So you have to give 3 years statistics information. You have to give attainment value. You have to give it. So my objective, if you ask this question to me, whether we can go for the year wise or batch wise, I prefer batch wise. The reason is that when you take the batch wise, you will get the completely information. You are taking only one set of the regulation, only one set of the batch, that particular batch you are taking, 2014, 2015. So you're taking 2014 batch. Okay, at the end of the year, it means 2018, only you will calculate the PSO attainment here. But here wise, it's not like the case. This year wise, there are some college also they will do, but it's complex process is involved here is very high.